Hey you, yes you. This video was streamed live on Twitch, and I'm gonna be live there again tonight at around 7:30 p.m. PST, so be there or be cringe, I guess? I don't know. It's gonna be fun, you can come say what's up, and you can even influence some of the decisions I make throughout the rebuild. So link to that in the description, come drop a follow, and be there when I'm live. And let me know down below what team I should do, because if I pick your comment, I'll shout you out during the stream and in the video and all that stuff. And also, the last video did very well, so be sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. All those help me out a ton, and it takes you like a few seconds. Plus, you get amazing content from it, because I'm the best YouTuber of all time. But in all seriousness, let's get into the video. I hope you enjoy it. Hello everyone, it is Brandon the Simp here, and today we're gonna be rebuilding the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this has been an interesting team so far this year. You can definitely tell that they are missing one of their key players of the past in Tyreek Hill. I do expect this team to get better as the year goes on, but so far it would be fair to say that they have been a little disappointing, especially the additions of Juju Smith-Schuster, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who I thought both would be breakout candidates this year. It's been an interesting year, but today we're gonna work to make them a little bit better. Now here is a look at the team. Obviously these are my custom rosters. You can't talk about this team without Patrick Mahomes being the first thing you talk about. Well, I guess you can, but you would be wrong in doing so. Patrick Mahomes is probably the best QB in the league again. I mean, it's kind of been switching between him and Aaron Rodgers. For 1 year, Russell Wilson was in the mix. He was probably the best, but for the past couple years, it's pretty much just been Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. And for my taste, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes this year. He doesn't seem as turnover prone this year. He has gotten absurdly lucky with like dropped interceptions and just pure luck like that. But this year he seems to have cutting that out a bit. It's crazy to me that he's already 26, or I guess only, I don't know what's crazier, the fact that he is already 26 or the fact that he's only 26. I don't know, man. But yeah, there's just not really much to say about him at this point. He is Patrick Mahomes. That's just what he is. That's his skill level. Patrick Mahomes. That's what he is. This receiving core is a bit suspect. I'm gonna give, I don't know why Sky Moore doesn't have star dev. That's really bizarre to me. Am I tripped? No, why? This is another weird glitch. Why do helmets always look so dark in this screen? That's so weird. There's so many glitches in this game, dude. And I actually gave Justin Ross star dev as well. I love him. I'm very scared for him because he could literally die if he gets hit the wrong way. But he's scary, but he's very good. I'm surprised if he didn't have those scary injuries. I think he would have been a first round pick, honestly, if not early second. Almost like a T. Higgins type of player. He's really good. Very weird for me to start out talking with the fifth receiver here. This is an interesting receiving core. It is a very young receiving core. I don't think they have a player over 27. MVS might be 27. Yeah, MVS is their oldest player at only 27 years old. Juju I thought would have a breakout year like I was saying earlier. Same with MVS. I thought MVS would almost be a direct Tyreek Hill replacement, but he has not been that. He has not been amazing. So it's a bit disappointing. Mecole Hardman's been having a better year than years past. I loved Sky Moore coming out. Obviously, I love Justin Ross coming out. Justin Watson's even been okay. Obviously, you know, Travis Kelce, there's not much for me to say about him. Best tight end in the NFL. Mark Andrews is coming for the throne a little bit, but Travis Kelce, which, hey, I just want to give myself a pat on the back. When I first became an NFL fan, I used to call him Travis Kelce, because that's how you would pronounce that. There's not like a Y there. It's Kelce. That's Kelce. Like, you don't say the word else, E-L-S-E. You don't say that Elsie, you know what I mean? It's just an E. There's no Y at the end, or like an I. That would be Kelce, though, so I don't know. I'm a fucking grammar pronouncing nerd. I don't know. I also like Jody Fortnite. We had Luke Fortner in the last rebuild, so I'm immature. I do like him a lot, though. I'm a huge fan of him when he gets on the field. This offensive line, while the overalls are still good, it has been a bit disappointing. I will say their best player here is Creed Humphrey. Their tackles are just a bit suspect. Andrew Brown is wanting to be massively overpaid. He's been pretty poor this year. You would think he would play better because he's wanting to get paid, but he is not worth even the contract he has now, which is like 20 mil. He's more like a 10 mil a year player, if that. Like, I'm just not a big fan. He was great for the Ravens because he is a good run blocker. He's not a very good pass blocker, and that's what they do a lot here. So not a great fit. Joe Tooney is a great fit, very good pass blocker. Creed Humphrey's been amazing. Trey Smith is good. Andrew Wiley isn't even that bad. Lucas Niang. I like Darian Kinnard a lot. And honestly, they have a deep O-line here. Like, it's not bad at all. Like, Nick Allegretti isn't terrible. Jerron Christian, Prince Tega Winogo. Like, it's not bad at all. Just a touch disappointing. Now, this defense has actually surprised me a bit this year. I'm so mad, dude. I hate that this is a thing again, the censored thing. I don't get it. It wasn't like that before, but I think because I lowered him 1 overall, it switched it back to censor, because his name is literally Willie Gay. Like, Willie, name for dick if you're like British or something, and then Gay, you know, Gay, which Gay is literally a last name. Like Matt Gay, Willie Gay. It's a last name, dude. I don't know. The first couple players I want to mention here are Chris Jones. He's been a monster once again this year. I kind of didn't mind the idea of moving him out to defensive end. I thought that was a good idea. It just really didn't work out. Very, very much better suited for defensive tackle, clearly. And L'Jarius Sneed has been having a very good year. I've already raised him up like 3 overall this year. I kind of do mine slowly because, you know, players can have great weeks to start out the year and kind of fall off. Sammy Watkins. But yeah, L'Jarius Sneed, very big steal. I think he was like a 6th round pick. He was like a nickel corner or like a safety, and they moved him to outside corner, and he's like really good. Rashad Fenton is decent. Jalen Watson's been having a very good rookie season. Very surprising, just random breakout. But yeah, he's been like legit pretty good. Trent McDuffie, I believe, has been injured lately, but in his first couple games, almost said years, he looked decent for sure. Like, not bad at all. Juan Thornhill, not great. I was very high on him coming out. Not great. Justin Reed's been okay so far. I thought he would be a bit better. He's been all right. Leo Chenal, I'm a big fan of. I'm actually going to give him a dev trait and move him to outside linebacker so he can start here. Because, yeah, I'm a huge Leo Chenal stan. Very good run defender. Something about those Wisconsin linebackers, they're just built different. I don't know what it is. Their linebackers and pass rushers are crazy. So he will start. And then the defensive line, 2 former Seahawks who have been a bit disappointing here for sure. Frank Clark made a Pro Bowl, but he had like 3 sacks on that season, so I don't know how he did. And Carlos Dunlap, I thought he would be amazing here. He was good for the Seahawks when he played and when he wasn't being used as a goddamn coverage linebacker. I hate Seattle. But yeah, he is a legit, like, decent player, or he has been in the past. A legit very good player. Just regressing for sure. George Karlaftis looked good in his first game, just hasn't been great since. Derek Notty's having a very much down year. He had like 1 very good year, hasn't been the same since. But that was a long breakdown of the team. I'm realizing I forgot the running backs. We'll just say good, I think injured, bad, decent. That's my quick breakdown of that group, okay? Okay. All right, here we have a training camp standout for Nick Bolton. Ooh, he definitely needs more play rec than tackling. He's already an amazing tackler. I mean, we could just go balls deep with tackling, you know what I'm saying? That sounds really bad. I mean, that was meant to sound not great, but that balls deep with tackling, that doesn't sound amazing. That sounds like a, I don't even know, like a wrestling move, but like in the bedroom, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But yeah, he definitely could use more, well, coverage, but definitely more player. Well, he actually has good play rec. I guess it was only an 80, so yeah, not a bad decision. And here we have a camp standout. Is this, wait, Nick Bolton again? I love the yellow ugly ass stripes through the jersey and the Dunlap on the back of his name. That's great. Yeah, that's realistic. Thanks, Madden. 2 combined sacks and tackles for loss, so like 1 of each. I feel like it used to be more clear, but 2+ combined. No, yeah, no, that makes sense. Never mind. I'm just fucking stupid. Yeah, that makes sense. So you can go 1 of each or 2 of either and get it. Orlando Brown has an upgrade. Okay. And for the good old opening day keys, I mean, it's pretty obvious what we're going to go for. Passing game. I mean, like, I always go with it regardless, but this is like the team to do it with. That was a bad sentence. That the team to do it with. What am I fucking, like, a cheerleader or something? I don't know. But yeah, the Chiefs are like the passing offense. You know what I mean? Them and the Bucks in this game. Yeah. In the Panthers, for some reason, which they have a horrible passing offense. I don't get that one, but the first two make sense. All right, here we're trading Blake Bell, Jerron Christian, and Nick Allegretti to the Chargers for a third-round pick. You know, honestly, this isn't even the best trade if this were to happen in real life, because these are three, like, decent players for this team, but they're just not really gonna do much for us here. I would just rather get a draft pick because, I mean, like, in real life, like I was saying, like, these are fringe starting level players, like, not quite there, but in a pinch, they definitely could start, and I wouldn't give them up for a third-round pick. I mean, a third-round pick is nice, but just in case of injury, I would rather have these players stick around. Let's just say I hope I don't regret trading Nick Allegretti. That was the worst joke I have ever made in my life. Let's go. Okay, whoa, look at this division. Good, I say that as I switch away on accident. Look at this division, though. Jesus. Every team here has a winning record. The Raiders are 5-1. The Chargers are 5-2. The Broncos are 4-3, and we're 4-3. How the hell are we last in the division at 4-3? Has that ever happened? I highly doubt it, unless there's like some crazy division. Whoa, this is weird. The Bucks are 0-7, but the Cowboys are 7-0. The Dolphins are only 1-6. The Eagles are only 2-4. The Colts are 4-3. This is weird, bro. The Packers are also 7-0. We have some upgrades here, and then we have a bye week scenario. We're doing good, though. This is easily like the best last in the division team I've ever had, like not even close. Let's go pass coverage for Willie Gay, try to make him a scheme fit. Doesn't become one, but I guess that's a good thing because he goes up in overall. So yeah, very nice. Justin Ross gets an upgrade. That's kind of cool. I'm not going to manually spend all these. I just want to spend these because they're interesting. +2 release, +1 strength. Interesting. I'll just auto spend the rest. And let's see the bye week. What are we going to do here? What's the strat? I should have checked who we're playing next week. That would have determined what I want to do here. We'll go plus morale. We'll just go straight up plus morale. I thought it took something away normally. +10 morale. No, it does. Wait, it didn't say that. It says -5 awareness. I would have gone XP then. Fuck this game, bro. It didn't say that. I was like, I swear it takes something away, and it did. This is stupid. But we have some re-signings here. Ooh, Juju's not interested, and honestly, I don't know if I'm super interested. We'll see at the end of the year. Orlando Brown, I wouldn't re-sign him in real life. Ooh, and I don't know if I'm going to re-sign him here. How is he doing? How's his season going? That'll determine whether I do this or not. Let's see. Stats and contracts. Oh, he's playing fucking amazing. Yep, we'll definitely give him that. I mean, that's not realistic. I think he already has 2 sacks in real life let up, but hey, it is what it is. We'll re-sign him for 3 years. It's like 13 mil a year, and he takes it. So beautiful. Juan Thornhill, I doubt he'll be. No, he's really cheap. We can even up that a little, and I'll be fine with it. We'll just re-sign him for that. I'm sure he took it. It went away for some reason before I could even see it. But yeah, I don't see him anymore, so he took it. Mecole Hardman, I do want back. There are a lot of decent players here we have to re-sign. We'll re-sign him for 4 years. He's still only 24 years old. I haven't been the biggest fan of him in real life, but this year he's looked decent for sure. Derek Nadi, that's pretty cheap. We'll do that. It's decently cheap. He'll be a good DT2. And for now, the rest of the players here are either old like Carlos Dunlap, backups that we just would have no point in re-signing like Ronald Jones, or not very interested, so they would be expensive and they're replaceable like these two right here. If they either A, become more interested at the end of the year, or B, have very good seasons, I will try to re-sign them, but if not, they're likely going to hit the open market. Wow, at the end of year number 1, we missed the playoffs at 10-7. This division was just disgusting. I mean, it didn't end as good as it, started. The Broncos did end up going only 7-10 with a losing record, even though I think they were 3rd in the division. We did pass them up. The Chargers ended up winning it at 11-6. Us and the Raiders each went 10-7. So, I mean, we had a good year, but it just was an insane division. Patrick Mahomes was fucking crazy. 5,100 yards, 45 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions. Wow, that is one of the better stat lines for a QB I've seen. He's crazy. Rushing, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, apparently like 1 was his lucky number, or 11. 1,011 yards, 11 touchdowns. No fumbles, but only 3.9 yards per carry. I mean, imagine, okay, I don't even feel like I have to explain this, but imagine if he got like decent yards per carry. He could have had like 1,400 yards off of those 258 snaps. Like, to get 258 rushes, only 1,000 yards, like, it's 1,444 yards for Travis Kelce and 18 touchdowns. Is that the best tight end season of all time? That is ridiculous. If he doesn't win Offensive Player of the Year, that would be crazy. That's like, yeah, that seriously might be the best tight end season I've ever seen. 18 touchdowns and almost 1,500 yards. That's crazy. Mecole Hardman with just over 1,000 yards with 12 touchdowns. Juju even had 900 yards, only 3 touchdowns. Sky Moore as a rookie, I didn't realize he was getting that much playing time, with 791 yards, 8 touchdowns. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, even as a receiver, and Ronald Jones had okay amounts of yards, and Jody Fortnite. Like, we shared the love, you know what I'm saying? Pause. Blocking, ugh. Okay, our line was amazing, other than Lucas Niang. Lucas Niang needs to go immediately, but look at the rest of this line, dude. Good lord, especially Joe Thuney and Orlando Brown. I didn't know Orlando Brown played like this in the game, and honestly, that's not very realistic, because like I said, he's not a very good pass blocker, especially against, you know, speedy rushers, because he's 6'8", 363. You know, believe it or not, he's not the quickest in the world. Where he wins is definitely with power and mauling players in the run game. That's where his kind of strong suit is. So not very realistic, but he was a monster in the pass game. The rest of the line also was amazing outside of Lucas Niang, like I said, so that's great. Tackles, Nick Bolton led the team with 121, 3 players with over 100. Tackles for loss, we had a crazy amount. 17 from Chris Jones, Carlos Dunlap with 15, Derek Nadi with 12, Willie Gay with 10. In sacks, we actually did very well. Wow, okay, 12.5 from Carlos Dunlap, a player I said was regressing. Clearly, you know, I meant in real life. I didn't know how he was going to do in Madden, and he's very good in Madden. I'll bring him back for another year, fuck it. If he plays like that again, that's fine by me. I'll start him again. George Karlaftis as a rookie with 11 sacks. Chris Jones with only 7.5, which is decent, but very low for him. And the rest of the team, meh. In interceptions, not many. 3 from each Rashad Fenton and 1 Thornhill, and then it's a huge drop off after that. Just a few players with 1 each. But let's check out some yearly awards. Well, let's see the offensive and defensive stats first. So we're 7th in offensive yards, 13th in defensive yards, and then how about scoring? 5th in points scored, 16th in points allowed. Okay, our defense was a little bit weaker than our offense, but I mean, it's better than like most Chiefs seasons where the offense is one of the best in the league and the defense is one of the worst. But Patrick Mahomes, I mean, it's pretty obvious he wins MVP. Jameis Winston at number 2, okay. Ooh. I mean, relatively normal list outside of Jameis Winston, Carson Wentz, and Trey Lance. But other than that, you know, Bill Cosby in there too. Alrighty then. Travis Kelce only at number 3 for Offensive Player of the Year. You know, to be fair, I don't really ever see tight ends up here at all, so it's kind of crazy he even gets up here, but I was hoping he would win that award. He unfortunately does not. Patrick Mahomes at number 7. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Josh Allen, and no Chiefs, surprisingly. I'm surprised we don't see Dunlap or Karlaftis. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Breece Hall, like literally always. Sky Moore, unfortunately, at number 2. Wish he could have won that. It's funny, we're seeing some back-to-back teammates in here. Pickens and Pickett, John Mechie, and Dameon Pierce. Get well soon, John Mechie, by the way. He's a very good player, too. But yeah. Oh, yeah, wait. Traylon Burks and Hassan Haskins. I didn't even notice that one. So back-to-back, back-to-back, and back-to-back. And also 2 Jets in here, but just not back-to-back. Well, that's something. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Derek Stingley. I was hoping George Karlaftis could win that one. Leo Chenal at number 5. Trent McDuffie at 9. We had a few players up there for sure, but, you know, wish we could have won that. Patrick Mahomes, obviously best QB. I never really check these, but I am for some reason. Clyde Edwards-Helaire at number 9 for running back. Mecole Hardman at number 9 for receiver. Creed Humphrey at number 5 for lineman, and Joe Thuney at 8. I don't know why I'm checking these, but I am. Number 8 for best D-line is Carlos Dunlap. No linebacker, no DB. I was gonna say here in the wild card, but I forgot we missed the playoffs. This just feels like we should have been a playoff team. I mean, we should have. Like, we were better than like almost every NFC team, like the Eagles, the Commanders, the 49ers, the Falcons. The NFC was weak as hell this year, but unfortunately, we're not in the NFC. We're in the AFC, so we missed the playoff. That's a relatively realistic Super Bowl in my opinion. I feel like I've seen that same Super Bowl about 30 times now, but it is packed Packers taking down the Ravens 24-17. I think those teams are like right on the edge of being the top contenders. Ravens were one of my top teams going into the year. They have looked very good, but have had questionable coaching for sure. Ravens fans have been calling for John Harbaugh to be fired. I don't necessarily agree, but he hasn't been great either. I definitely do not agree. But yeah, I don't know. They're like a few bad mistakes from being 4-0 right now is all I'm gonna say. Patrick Mahomes gets an upgrade here, and already in year one, unless this doesn't boost him to a 99, okay, it does. He is already gonna be a 99 overall. +1 throw accuracy deep, +2 throw accuracy mid. Well, that's not very nice to call his throw accuracy mid. Another shitty joke by me. That's what, number like 4 of the video? Let's go. In terms of re-signings, what do we want to do here? So, Juju, I think I'm gonna let walk. Rashad Fenton got star dev. Oh, he's not expensive at all. Okay, we'll go very player friendly even. That's only like not, okay, well fuck you too then. Never mind. We won't be re-signing him. Carlos Dunlap, please re-sign, please. 1 year, I'll even bump up the money. I mean, shit. Come back. Okay. Thank you. I feel like he shouldn't. I feel like if players have that good of a season, they shouldn't regress, they should progress. I feel like there should be a little system in the game where if there is a older player that does very well 1 year, they should ignore regression. They should just not regress, and they should develop at a rate a player 10 years younger than them would, or something like that. Like, players that are old in this game don't develop like nearly as quick as younger players. Like, maybe if they do well enough, they should get that kind of development. I don't know. Something like that. That's not a perfect idea, but I feel like a player getting 12.5 sacks, like 15 tackles for loss, shouldn't go from a 76 to a 74. That's all I'm saying. I've had a lot of weird rants in this video. I'm sorry. But in free agency, ooh, I swear we always see Tom Brady. Do the Bucks just have something against Tom Brady? I mean, it seems like he's enjoying Florida, and at this point, he's already divorced. Like, fuck them bitches, you know what I'm saying? Fuck. What's her name? I'm wanting to say Michelle Obama. That is, what's her name? I don't know. Tom Brady's now probably ex-wife, soon to be. He's gonna be getting out of that. So, you know, I think he would want to stay in Tampa, but hey, maybe, I don't know, man. Oh, I thought it said expected value 61.2 million per year for Odell. I was like, slow down there. Jesus Christ. Ooh, I'm gonna do this. I don't think I have ever, holy fuck me, that's expensive. We're not doing that. Never mind. He's wanting, well, he's wanting 15 per year, but it looks like we're gonna have to offer him like 20. Ugh. Linebacker is such an overrated position in my opinion. Like, unless they use him in a very specific way, I'm good. I want to make a cut here, but there's nobody that makes any sense. I mean, Frank Clark would give us a huge penalty. Chris Jones obviously would be more expensive to re-sign him. Yeah, we're kind of just gonna have to eat it for this season in terms of cap. We're gonna have to be a little conservative here. Let's try to get Rashad Fentanyl back. Hey, those are two good teams to be interested in, or to have interested in you know what I'm saying? The Chiefs and the Patriots, the former dynasty and the current dynasty. That ain't half bad, that's all I'm saying. Why is Marcus Davenport, oh yeah, the Saints are broken, never mind. And let's bring in Jawan Taylor. He was not bad in my Jaguars rebuild. He's a little more, you know what? I might lower his years. I might just give him a 1 year and see what happens. But he was very good in my Jaguars rebuild. And we clearly need a right tackle. Lucas Niang was terrible. So these are gonna be our offers in free agency. It's gonna be Rashad Fenton, trying to bring him back, and Jawan Taylor. Not very exciting, and honestly, we might not get either of these players, but that's what we gotta work with. And Rashad Fenton does re-sign, and we're still in the lead with Jawan Taylor. Let's see if he signs with us. And he does. Okay, we get both. Beautiful. Okay, we have a 5th year option for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Honestly, I'm not gonna pick it up. He wasn't amazing last year, and if he ends up being good this year, I'll just re-sign him. Even if he was good this year, it might just be worth it to reject that and just re-sign him, because it would probably be much cheaper to just like extend him than, like, I don't, unless you know like the player wouldn't want to re-sign for you, I don't really understand the point of picking up someone's 5th year option. Like, why not just extend them? Unless it's gonna be like way cheaper than the contract contract they're gonna want, or like, I don't know. I would just extend them, like reject it and extend them. Like, so a bit of a fourth wall break here. The rest of this video is gonna be not on stream. I ran out of time to continue streaming, so hopefully that doesn't affect your viewing experience. But yeah, sorry for the fourth wall break. Just thought I'd let you know why the video might look or seem a little bit different. But here in the draft, the Houston Texans have the #1 overall pick. Unfortunately, my favorite team, or I guess fortunately, the Seattle Seahawks have the #2 pick. But we pick at 17. What do we want to do here? Why are there so many Joes? Joe Sutton, Joe Carr. I guess that's it, but still, I don't want to live in a world with this many Joes in it. Okay, this dude is actually insane. Morgan Carmichael. He is 23. I just spoiled why he's insane, but he is 23. Unfortunately, so he's not going to develop the fastest in the world, but he has A deep route, A spec catch, B release, B catch in traffic. I find that receivers normally don't have good awareness for some reason, even if they're a good player, which is different from most positions. Like, most of the time, if they're going to be good, they're going to have good awareness, but for some reason, receivers, at least deep threats, it's not the same. But this dude with that A deep route, all those, ran a 4.26 at the combine, and wait, 4.26 was only 5th. What? I beg your pardon? What was first? This guy looks kind of... Oh, he ran a 4.24. Is he better, actually? He might be. Michael Farmer might be better. I'm conflicted. He's a year younger. He is a touch bit faster. He doesn't have as good of catching or catch in traffic, though. He has 3 elites, 1 great, a good and a decent. He has 2 elites, 2 greats, a good and a decent, but better medium route catching, catch in traffic. Let's just go Morgan Carmichael. And he has hidden dev. Unfortunately, no 99 speed, but I mean he has 98 speed. Like, that's right below it. He's damn good. This guy looks amazing. Hopefully he can be a great overall. This team is going to be so stacked. Good lord. Ooh, Matt Middlebrooks and Michael Farmer are still here. Oh shit, those are the 2 other receivers I wanted. Matt Middlebrooks just looks really rounded and is pretty fast. He ran like a 4.38 or something. And then Michael Farmer's obviously the one that's crazy fast, but that's about all he's good at, just being fast. I might go for a tackle here. John Jordan looks good. I could make the argument to play him at tackle. Oh, he has good reps too, but I also kind of want to go with the receiver. That seems more fun to me. Yeah, fuck it. We're going to go with a receiver. We're going to go Michael Farmer. Back-to-back insane speed receivers. He has a deep route, a year younger, obviously a little faster, but not as good as an overall receiver, but just looks like an insane athlete and is a year younger. So let's take him. And he actually has normal, but 99 speed. I will take the normal all day. Like, that's fine. He probably won't ever start for us, but the excitement factor is there. Plus, he's left-handed, just like me, for real. And the guard I wanted is still here anyways. Okay, so this actually just worked out perfect. I was going to take this guy in the 2nd round anyways. John Jordan looks like a very good guard, 22 years old, out of North Carolina. I'm going to play him at tackle, even though he's 6'3". So, I mean, it's a bit of a stretch. He's a little short, but not too bad. 35 reps on the bench is only good strength. That's kind of surprising to me. Maybe because of his pro day, he only had 32. I feel like I almost trust the pro day more than the combine, which you probably shouldn't do in real life unless the player's injured at one of the 2, but still. Has B awareness, A impact block, B run block, and then potential for like A lead block, pass block, finesse. Not a very good power player, but that's fine. He's going to be a tackle and B in an agile scheme. So we're going to take him, and he has hidden. Beautiful. You know, the more I do these, the less and less I trust these pass coverage linebackers. Like, they'll have A awareness, or like A awareness, A play rec, A zone coverage, and then they'll be like a 65 overall. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this dude right here, he's projected 2nd to 3rd round talent. He is still available almost in the 4th round, so I'm guessing he won't be great. But I mean, come on, he has that A zone coverage, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just not take him when we have a linebacker need, and he's looking like the best one here, so let's take him. And he has normal dev like I expected, but could be a good overall. Ah yes, a speed rusher with A zone coverage. You love to see it. Oh, whoa, he actually looks decent though. What's his speed? 4.61? Yeah, fuck it, another coverage linebacker. Let's go, 86 speed, okay. Let's get to the end of this draft. I might make another pick, but you'll just see the draft recap. God, I forgot how much the red background hurts my eyes. But we had a very good draft if you kind of ignore this range right here. Don't pay attention to that, but these first 3 picks were crazy. Morgan Carmichael is a 77 overall. That's pretty much exactly what I expected him to be. Same with the other guy. 98 speed, 80 deep route, good spec catch in traffic. Just overall amazing. Obviously better deep than short and medium. Needs to get those up, but I mean, does he really though? We could just use him as a pure deep threat if we were like actually playing. I don't know if Madden actually does that kind of shit, but hopefully he has a really good dev trait. I kind of have hope that he will, but now that I said that, he will probably have star. But now that I said that, that might completely reverse psychology the whole thing, and now we'll have X Factor. I don't know. We'll see what his dev trait is. Whatever it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He looks like a very good receiver though. Should be our number 2, and then maybe even our number 3 in Michael Farmer. He's a 77. I didn't think with the normal dev he would be that good, but I mean, just look at his stats. He almost looks better than the other guy. He has better speed, deep route, spec catch. Like, I don't know what's really worse about him. I guess he has better short route than medium route, and I guess medium route matters a little more for deep threats because it's deeper than a short. I have no idea, but he looks like a very good receiver. I want to get both on the field for sure. And also, John Jordan is a 75 overall in the 3rd round. That's pretty crazy. I mean, you used to be able to do this shit in like Madden 18 or whatever, get like 75 pluses in the 3rd or 4th round or something like that, but not in the more new games. Unfortunately, he goes down to a 73 at tackle, but that's fine. He still has a dev trait, already the number 21 ranked right tackle in the NFL, the funny number, you know what I'm saying? He looks like a very good player. And then it gets a bit rough down here. Wait, what is... Oh, A-zone coverage is 63. That's great. And he's listed as a speed rusher with 60 finesse moves. There's got to be a better position for him, right? Like, he is better at safety, I guess, marginally. How about corner? No. I don't know what to do with this dude. I guess defensive end, he's a 63 there. I don't fucking know, dude. And Stephon Hamilton is even worse. Like, he's just straight up not good. Yeah, he's just not good. See, that's what I was saying. Don't trust those goddamn pass coverage linebackers. I mean, sometimes they're good, but a lot of the time they just end up like this. And then the rest of the draft, we got some, decent depth players. The last pick I took was Harvey Childress. Looks like a decent defensive end. I thought he was listed as a power rusher. Apparently he's a speed rusher. I don't know. But let's get into year number 2. So this might be kind of a controversial one, but here we're going to be trading Mecole Hardman in a 7th just to make it go through to the Jaguars for a 2nd. Now, with the drafting of those 2 receivers we got, obviously, and already having Sky Moore on the team at already a 76 and 3 years younger than Mecole Hardman with the same dev trait, we just really don't need him anymore. We're going to be trading him, obviously, for a 2nd round pick. Again, maybe controversial. I know Chiefs fans like him, I guess. Do Chiefs fans like him? I just imagine that they do, but I don't really know. So, unfortunately, he's gone now. We as a society have progressed past the need for Mecole Hardman or whatever that meme is. I don't fucking know, dude. How is the Packers receiving core worse here than it is in real life? Literally, they have Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, and Ray McLeod as their starting 3. That's an average overall of what, like 73? Not ideal, and they still ain't giving Amari Rodgers a chance. I was a huge Amari Rodgers stan, but whatever, man. Why is every team so goddamn poor? Oh, MVS is 9 mil. Okay. I mean, they're still poor, but Jesus. What? We don't really need Mike Dana, but what is this offer? Nelson Aguilar. I don't know who Jackson is, but he's a 66 overall. I can't remember. And then Daly. Who's Jackson? I should know this. It's not Dane Jackson. He's a corner for the Bills. It's not Drake Jackson. He is a pass rusher for the 49ers. That is... Oh, DeMarco Jackson. Okay. I completely forgot he existed. I actually don't know him that well. I only vaguely know the name. Okay, that's fun. That's actually kind of a steal. We're trading Mike Dana for a 3rd and a 5th to the Saints. I mean, obviously they made that one offer, but I just want to show you their D-line. I see why they were interested in Mike Dana. They literally have, well, I guess they have Cam Jordan, but he is 34. They have Tier Tart starting at defensive tackle, and then Peyton Turner at 71 overall. Now, in real life, if this eventually happens, Lions. Peyton Turner was a high draft pick, obviously, so I think they would be fine, but they have a 69 and a 71 starting on the D-line. Not ideal, believe it or not. Here is a look at the team going into year number 2 of the rebuild. Now, the first thing I want to point out, because I'm immature, is we have someone named Derek McLean. When are they going to start selling that at McDonald's is all I'm saying. Like, I need the McLean in my life for sure. But this team is so, like, absurd. This has potential to be maybe... Wait, Kirkpatrick has a hidden dev. This might be a player I start, because we don't have a great third linebacker. This might be a starter. Hold on. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get him starting. I'll do that off screen or whatever. But yeah, we just have so much youth and depth on this team. Like, we have 3 starting caliber right tackles now. Juwan Taylor, Lucas Niang, and John Jordan, who I'm gonna start. Obviously, we want him to develop into a stud there. In this receiving core is very nice, clearly. Morgan Carmichael is the number 1 with that 98 speed, 80 deep route, 85 spec catch. Kind of our Tyreek replacement, I guess. And then we have another Tyreek replacement in Michael Farmer. 99 speed, 86 spec catch, 81 deep route, great agility, change of direction. Like, if you can't get one Tyreek Hill, then try out 2 to try to get one. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense, but it also kind of does. And then Sky Moore is going to be the number 3. He's going to be our slot guy this year. Okay, so this is going to be the official depth chart we're running with. I mean, everything's the same. I just set what I said, wow, that was not a sentence. I just set everything I said I was going to do. John Jordan starting at right tackle, Kirkpatrick at outside linebacker, and then the specialists are all good and everything. McDuffie in the slot, I guess. Sky Moore at slot receiver. So let's get to the midseason point of year number 2. Okay, at the midseason of year number 2, we are 5-1. That's nice. We have some upgrades here. John Jordan, Darian, all very young players here. We'll auto-spend those. But this has been a crazy start to the year. I wonder what our one loss was. It was probably something stupid, like the Jets or something. The Broncos. Okay, that's fair. I think they're a pretty good team in this game. Not so much in real life, but... Oh, they're 6-1 in the game. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But let's see how we're doing. I'm guessing the receivers and Patrick Mahomes are doing very well. Yeah. Mahomes doesn't have the most yards in the world, but 13 touchdowns already. Only 3 picks, 73% completion percentage. That's crazy. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has 69 yards per game. Nice. Morgan Carmichael has 400 yards. Michael Farmer has almost 400 yards. Both have 4 touchdowns. They're kind of neck and neck for our best receiver. That's amazing. The line is doing very, very well. I feel like they made offensive line better in this game, kind of. Like, was there a patch? Let me know, because I genuinely don't know. Joe Tooney is a candidate for the all-castration team. You'll love to see it. Chris Jones has 6.5 sacks, but outside of him, there is literally, like, nothing, and not many picks. So it looks like the offense is kind of carrying, even though the yards weren't great. But let's check out some of these re-signings. Oh, of course. Why wouldn't it be Chris Jones when he's having a monster year? Well, let's re-sign him for 3 years, I guess. He's not even asking for much salary. He's wanting all signing bonus. He's wanting all guarantees. It would only be about like 24 per year to be fair, but that's not great when we're paying Patrick Mahomes like 55 per year or something like that. So let's offer him that and he takes it. He takes that? What did I say? He takes it. Beautiful. L'Jarius Sneed, we're also going to have to re-sign. We'll bump his up a little bit in 1 more year, so we'll see if he takes that. This is about 12 per year-ish, and he takes it. Nice. That's actually kind of a steal for him. I feel like he should be asking for more like 15 plus, but hey, whatever. And then Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm choking right now. I'm struggling, dude. We'll offer him 5 years. He's been decent for sure. Might as well just re-sign him. And everyone else here, honestly, we don't really need anyone here yet. Maybe if they have a good season, like Carlos Dunlap might have one, but he hasn't been great so far. So we'll see at the end of the year. And also super quick, I'll let y'all look at the team, but be sure to like the video. The last video I made did very well. So I want to see if we can kind of repeat that, keep the momentum going, you know what I'm saying? So if you're enjoying the video, if you've already made it here, you must be enjoying it at least a little bit. So be sure to like it, be sure to sub, be sure to turn on notifications. I know it sounds like a lot, but that should realistically take you like 5 seconds, and it helps me out a ton. And be sure to comment what team I should do next, because if I pick your comment, I'll shout you out on the next stream I do. I'll do it on stream, and I'll shout you out in the video and tell everyone to sub to you. So it's like a huge win for the both of us, you know what I mean? But also, Carmichael has Superstar. I kind of partially called it. I said X Factor, but hey, Superstar is close enough. He looks like an absolute monster. I expect him to be close to a 90 by the end of the rebuild if all things go well. But speaking of the end, let's get to the end of year number 2. Okay, so at the end of year number 2, we finished 12-5. Not bad at all. Unfortunately, we do drop a game in week 18 against the Patriots, who probably weren't very good this year. No, they were also 12-5. Okay, fair enough. But we do win the division at 12-5, but still we unfortunately do not get a first round bye. But hey, at least we'll take being in the playoffs. We are an 84 overall, so not too bad. The Ravens, who we're going to be taking on, are an 83. We are better than them. I'm not going to jump into that game quite yet because it's not year 3. We'll just sim it. But let's check out how the team did this year. I'm super curious. So Patrick Mahomes had a very good year, clearly. 4,600 yards, 40 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions, 69% completion percentage. Nice. Rushing, Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 1,200 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, 12 touchdowns. Looks like a very good decision to re-sign him. He has been amazing. And whoa, Sky Moore actually ends up as our number 1 receiver in terms of yards, at least, with 1,100 and then 7 touchdowns. Morgan Carmichael did break 1,000 yards and also had 11 touchdowns. And remember when I said they were neck and neck, their stats were almost identical. Unfortunately, Michael Farmer was a yard below 1,000. He did end up with only 3 yards less than Morgan Carmichael, but ended up under 1,000 yards by just 1, and 1 less touchdown than Morgan Carmichael with 10. And then Travis Kelce was alright. He had 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. You expect better from him, but for a tight end, that's a really good year. In terms of blocking, our line was insane, other than Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown was mid, but John Jordan as a rookie right tackle only let up 5 sacks. Creed Humphrey only let up 2, and the guards each only let up 1. That was an insane year from the line. I don't know why I'm so interested in the offensive line. I don't know if you guys are. Like, yeah, it might just be me. I don't know if you are personally. Let me know. Like, I cannot pay as much attention to it. I just think it's interesting, and I think it has a huge role in how you do. But hey, I don't know. Nick Bolton led the team with 126 tackles. That's pretty good. Tackles for loss, we had a lot. Carlos Dunlap with 16 led the team. Chris Jones with 13. George Karlaftis with 10. And I don't think I said it, but I predicted in my head what Chris Jones would end up with. He ended up with 18 sacks. That's pretty huge. That's an insane, maybe defensive player of the year type of performance. At least I expect him to be up there. Carlos Dunlap had a very nice year once again. 16 tackles for loss. 6 sacks isn't great, but at like 34, 35 years old, whatever he is, that's pretty good. And then no pressure outside of that, unfortunately. George Karlaftis has been very disappointing. Justin Reed led the team with 4 picks. L'Jarius Sneed had 3. Rashad Fenton had 2, and then a lot of players had 1. But let's check out some of the yearly awards. Do we get an MVP? Unfortunately, it goes to Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes almost won them back-to-back. He came in at number 2. Or at least I think he won it last year. I'm having a hard time remembering. I did the stream like 3 days ago. I can't remember anymore. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Josh Jacobs. Jacoby Myers on the Texans at number 2. Okay, that's a weird top 2. The rest makes sense, but the top 2 doesn't. Well, Jacobs kind of does, but Jacoby Myers, okay. Defensive Player of the Year does go to Vonnie Bevashon Miller, or whatever his full name is. I don't know. Chris Jones only at number 7. I thought he would be much higher. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Morgan Carmichael, Michael Farmer at number 2. So that should be a huge overall increase for Morgan Carmichael. I don't know if he'll go up to X Factor because of that, but if he could, that would be crazy. Michael Farmer with a 420 legacy score. Let's go. And Jay Kelly, I think our backup tight end at number 10. All right. Defensive Player of the Year does go to Joe Sutton. I mean, Defensive Rookie of the Year, not player. That was one of the players I was like, why are there so many Joes in this class? But yeah, he wins it. No Chiefs. I guess we had the linebacker, but he must not have gotten on this the field very much, so that's fine. I just hope he didn't have a good dev trait and we just didn't play him. Let's actually take a look at the team before we get into this playoff game, because I want to see how we're looking. So Carmichael's up to an 85 with morale. That's pretty huge. Farmer up to an 82 with morale. This team is just cracked, especially this offense. I mean, an 88 overall offense. The defense is only an 81, but they look better than an 81, you know? Like, good corner, amazing defensive tackle, good safety, linebackers are decent, well-rounded, like, just a well-rounded defense. And some of the players play better than their overall would indicate. I think I'm just gonna cheat and see, that's not a good way to start a sentence, but I think I'm just gonna see what Kirkpatrick's dev trait is. I know you, like, shouldn't do that or whatever, but the hidden is kind of pointless anyways. Like, if you're gonna start him, you're gonna start him. If you're not, you're not. Okay, he only has star. Okay, I don't feel too bad about him not getting playing time. Apparently, the right outside linebacker doesn't get much in these Chiefs playbook. It used to be left, but now it seems like right doesn't get as much. I don't know. But without further ado, enough rambling and stalling. Let's see if we can take down the Baltimore Ravens. And we do not. We lose 35-28. Let's just get to the next season. Fuck this. Okay, so I am very salty right now. I'm not gonna lie. The Seahawks are playing the New Orleans refs right now. So there was a play where DK Metcalf caught the ball, went to the ground, his elbow hit the ground, and that made the ball pop out. So that's either A, an incomplete pass, or B, a catch that was down because his elbow caused the fumble, not a player. And then they call that a fumble and the Saints recover. And then just a few plays later, Chris Olave in the end zone catches the ball right and hits the ground with like his elbow, and that causes the ball to pop out and go out the side of the end zone. So, you know, the first one was a fumble, right? You think they would call the second one a fumble and be consistent. Like, hey, he caught the ball, went down, and the ball came out and went out the end zone. You think that would be Seahawks ball at the 20-yard line, a touchback, right? Well, they call that a touchdown. They call that complete and a touchdown. And then these stupid-ass Saints fans, because Chris Olave got hurt, they have the audacity to call Kobe Bryant a dirty player. Look, I'm not a Kobe Bryant fan, but he's not a dirty player. He makes big hits, but I don't think he's had one, like, helmet-to-helmet play. He had, like, a big hit on Alvin Kamara that caused a fumble, and then did, like, nothing on that play. Chris Olave got hurt by, like, the ground or whatever. And he fumbled, if that was the rule for the DK Metcalf incomplete pass, which is what it should have been, if not a catch. I'm just so mad right now. These refs are so fucking dog shit. I have not complained once about the refs all year because they've been decent. They've been fair to the Seahawks. A little weird, but fair. That one was just straight up bullshit. I'm sorry. And if you're a Saints fan and you think it wasn't, you're biased, and that's what it is. I'm sorry. Anyway, the Buffalo Bills take down the New York Giants, who are not a top 10 football team in the NFL right now. I know they beat the Packers, but that was a weird game. I'm just throwing shots at everybody. I'm sorry. We do get an upgrade for Morgan Carmichael. He does not, unfortunately, go up to X Factor. That sucks, but hey, at least he gets an upgrade there. I love the name Braylon Spector. I saw him there for the upgrades. It sounds like Braille Inspector. Like, I don't know. It's just a weird name. But let's check out some of the re-signings here. I guess I'll re-sign Carlos Dunlap because he shouldn't be too expensive. We'll see if he takes that, and he does. Okay, I guess he's going to be here to hopefully be a backup, but if he starts, it won't be the worst thing ever. Frank Clark, we're definitely letting go. Juwan Taylor, we don't really have a need for him. Willie Gay, I guess so? He went up a dev trait and he's not bad, so we'll do that. I hate that his name is just all censored, but I think we're just going to let everyone else go, and let's get into the offseason. So it is the usual suspects here. Rashawn Gary, Justin Herbert, Danielle Hunter. What do we want to do here, though? So we're going to have a big free agency, I hope. And we're going all defense. The first player is going to be Danielle Hunter. Obviously, we want a better pass rush. Chris Jones has been great. I said Krish. That was weird. But outside of him, we've had like nothing else. Carlos Dunlap has been good, but we want someone who is going to be great and isn't like a 72 overall playing well. We want a good overall player playing well, because Yeah, I don't know why, but the shinier, bigger number looks better, you know what I mean? Miles Jack is going to be the next signing, hopefully. We have a hole at outside linebacker in Alexander. Is that his last name? I can't remember. I didn't look at him too much, but Miles Jack should slide in and be an immediate upgrade, assuming we get him, of course. And then Xavier McKinney. This one's just kind of like extra, like we have. God, I can't remember his name. Why can I not remember his name? I'm wanting to say Spikes, but that's not at all what it is. But for some reason, whenever I think of him, I just think of the name Spikes, like Brandon Spikes, the linebacker or whatever. Juan Thornhill, that's why. Thorn, Spikes, same difference. I have a weird way of thinking. But these are the three players we're going to be going for. Let's see if we can get any right off the bat. Honestly, I might up Danielle Hunter's contract a little bit, or I don't know if I can actually. We'll just offer this and let's see if anyone takes those. And it looks like Xavier McKinney does sign with us. Okay, that's nice. But we are tied for both of these players now, and actually losing for Danielle Hunter. So we'll withdraw from both of them for now, and let's see if we can make any cuts to hopefully free up a little more cap space. Honestly, there isn't much we can do. I might cut Noah Gray for now. I might re-sign him at some point, but right now we need the cap space. And let's see, I might trade Lucas Niang, see if I can get another pick, just to free up a little more space. Can we push like a late second? We can. Okay, Lucas Niang is traded. I hope that doesn't actually end up costing us more cap space for the pick. Wait, that might not be great. Oh, it does actually, but we're still at about 26 mil. Okay, well, the first priority here is going to be Danielle Hunter. If we can get Miles Jack, that's great. If not, it's not the end of the world. We're just tied for the lead with him. I would like to think that he would like to join the Chiefs over the Vikings and Bears, but you never know. So let's see if either of these two players sign. And they do sign. Wow, okay. That's terrible. Miles Jack signs with us, but Danielle Hunter signs with who? The Giants? Why? Okay. That's not even a great fit either with, God, what's his name? The old Ravens guy. I can't remember his name right now. Not Dean Pease. I don't know, but that sucks. That's terrible. Is there anyone else we can get that would maybe make that not so terrible? We could get Romeo Aquara. Why do we still have no money? We're not offering Danielle Hunter anything anymore. I don't know. This is stupid. Today just ain't my day. One of these two players could be interesting. Let's go for Jonathan Grenard. He doesn't have many offers. I don't think he is great in this game, but he could be an upgrade over what we have there. So here we're going to go after Jonathan Grenard because obviously we couldn't get Danielle Hunter. Rejected us even though we were in the lead, so, go fuck yourself. But Jonathan Grenard, I don't know how he plays in this game. Apparently not super well because he hasn't gone up in dev trait from normal. Hasn't had the best year in real life so far. He was one of my projected breakouts, but yeah, just unfortunately hasn't really done much, has gotten kind of outplayed by Jerry Hughes, but let's see if we can bring him in, and he does look to sign with us, so pretty big free agency for the defense here. I'm very happy with it, but let's get into the draft. Before we get into the draft, I just want to say real quick, I went on a whole rant on Twitter. If you want to follow that, link in the description, but yeah, that Seahawks game was maybe the worst football game I've ever seen. The Seahawks realistically should have flattened the Saints. The refs essentially gave the Saints like 2 or 3 touchdowns. That game should not have been close, is all I'm saying. Geno Smith was amazing. Almost everyone was amazing. It's just, you can't outplay the refs, you know what I mean? So it sucks, but whatever. But yeah, go follow my Twitter. Link in the description if I remember. If not, it's like Brandon the Simp or something, just the same as my YouTube. But anyways, we have the number 23 overall pick. The Chicago Bears had the number 1 pick, so sucks to be them. But what do we want to do here? I feel like I have that same question every single time. I never know what I want to do in the draft, but I always find out something. This guy, ooh, both of these dudes look really good. Hold on. Okay, Jonathan Duke was 3rd in both 40-yard dash and bench press reps, 1st in vertical jumps. He's essentially just an athletic freak. Has A power moves, B awareness, play rec. He looks really good, and he's only 21 years old. And then there was this other guy, who is it? Oscar Lawrence. How does he look? Okay, he's not as fast or strong and is a bit more questionable. Looks comparatively or comparably good. Just we know more about the other guys, so I think he's a safer bet. And then Charleston Hinton would be a defensive tackle for us. Was 1st in bench press reps for defensive ends, elite strength. Also kind of looks like a monster. Ooh, what do I want to go with? Oh, I don't know. This is tough. I could go... Oh, whoa. Holy shit. This guy looks crazy. Timmy Levin. Well, I don't trust that A-zone. Never mind, he doesn't look that good. I don't trust that A-zone coverage. It would probably be like 63 or something. Elite speed, though, that's a good player, but we just don't really need him. I think I might actually just go Jonathan Duke. Like we went over, only 21 years old. He is from Florida State, 6'5", 275. Obviously, great combine, listed with just good or great everything. Has that good power moves. Honestly, I think he's going to have normal, but let's take him anyways. And he does have hidden. Okay, the reverse psychology is like undefeated with my rebuilds. It's just absolutely undefeated. He has hidden dev, 84 speed, 85 strength. Looks like a very good player. And then we pick not too far after at round 2, pick 12. So that's what, pick 76? Earl Garrett looks good. Let's go Earl Garrett. I trust a zone coverage more from a middle linebacker, because if you have an A as an outside linebacker for zone coverage, it's comparing it to those pass rushers too. And an A, like it's subjective, is that the word I'm going for? It's comparing their zone coverage to pass rushers, and obviously their coverage against a pass rusher is going to be much better. That's why they get the A at outside linebacker. At least I'm assuming. I mean, that's what makes sense to me. But at middle linebacker, they're not going to be pass rushers there. It's going to be A compared to the other middle linebackers who should be better in coverage. So let's go Earl Garrett. Obviously good speed, listed with poor strength. Yeah, he's not super strong. Great speed. I just like the coverage, to be honest. Doesn't have great tackle either. Ooh, now I'm questioning it. No, let's do it. He has normal dev, unfortunately. 88 speed. I do expect him to be a decent overall. If not, I might move him to safety, to be honest, because not super strong, but he is fast. I don't know. We just have to see. Ooh, this running back is kind of nice. He's a power back. He has A carrying, A ball carrier vision. He's not the slowest for a power back with a 4.9 flat, elite strength. He doesn't look bad. I'm just kind of looking around for like best player available. I wish you could add players to the watch list when you're already in the draft. I don't know why you can't, but you can. Ooh, this guy's good too. Whoa. There's some decent power backs here. This guy might be better. There's some decent receivers too. I could go with the tight end. There's a lot left here for us. Ooh, this guy's nice for sure. Man, I'm not gonna lie. This is a pretty nice draft class. I think I'm gonna go Troy Walsh. He would just be a backup, but he would not be a terrible backup to have. He's not very strong, unfortunately, but A awareness, impact block, pass block, not much of a run blocker, clearly not the strongest in the world, but I like those A's. Let's take him. And he has hidden dev. He is probably going to be a really good player. And at the very least, a very good backup. I'm going to add another deep threat. I mean, this guy looks good. A spec catch, B deep route. Only 21 years old. Ran a 4.28 at the combine. This guy's crazy. Elite speed. I don't know why he's still available. Yeah, hidden dev, 97 speed. We're just going for value at this point. We're loading the team up like I do with your mother. I think that was the pick we got for Lucas Niang, so not bad. Okay, this is a linebacker I trust. Elite acceleration, agility, and change of direction, and is actually a good cover player as well as a decent run defender, as B tackle, pursuit, hit power. So this is a linebacker I trust. Now that I say that, he's not going to be good, but let's take him anyways. And he has hidden. Okay, this guy looks decent for sure. I'm happy with that pick. And let's just go with this corner, because why not? He doesn't look very good, but honestly, past the first round, corners never look that good, but they can still be decent. Has C-man coverage and press, D zone coverage, is decently fast, 4.45, 4.43 at his pro day. Looks like a decent player. Let's take him. Add to the corner room. Hidden dev, or normal dev, but could be a good player, left-handed just like me for real. Wearing 24, isn't that Sky Moore's number? Which is cursed, by the way. They're having a receiver wear 24. I don't like that. I know there's the new rule and everything where you can, but I still don't like it. Ooh, I didn't say anything because I didn't think this guy would be that good, but this defensive tackle, Andy Talley, he was like pretty well-rounded, especially for now. Oh, here it shows it. Okay. B power moves, B tackle, C awareness. At this point, like having good power moves and run defense means they're probably going to be a decent player. Like, if they're well-rounded, they're going to be good. We had a decent draft for sure. Jonathan Duke only ended up being a 73 overall. I said that really weird. I don't know what I said, to be honest, but he looks better than his overall, to be honest. Good speed, strength, power moves, like decent run defense. I guess it makes sense that he's only a 73, but looks like a good player, man. I don't know. Earl Garrett, not the best, but honestly, after I took him, he is better than I thought he would be. He is a 70 overall. No, I don't want to release him. Just out of pure curiosity, I want to see some of his other positions. So at right outside linebacker, where we're going to play him either way, he's a 71. How about at safety? 73. Okay. We don't really need him there, but that might be fun. So we're going to put him there. Troy Walsh is a 74 overall, which is honestly better than I thought he would be. We're going to play him at tackle, clearly. I mean, he's 6'5", 310, more of a pass blocker. He's going to be a tackle for us. Decent strength, I guess. Better than I thought it would be. Really good pass blocker. Literally 0 run blocking, though. So he should be a decent backup tackle for sure. Eric Coleman is a 74 overall. He was a steal. I don't know why nobody took him. He was a projected first rounder. Looks amazing. Great speed. 94 spec catch. I didn't even see that until just now. Jesus. So there's another Tyreek Hill type player. He's crazy. He's maybe the best one. Well, he's only a 74, but he looks really good. And Amari Hatcher even is a 70 overall. And he obviously has that hidden dev. Yeah, he just looks like a really good player. I'm happy with that pick. Little is only a 63, unfortunately. And Tally's, no, sorry, I said that wrong. Little's only a 66. Tally's only a 63. And that really surprises me. I mean, I thought he was a good player. He just doesn't have much awareness. He does have that dev trait, though, like I was saying. So that's at least good. But we're going to play him at defensive end? He does go up there, so sounds good to me. And then the CPU took some decent players. So really, really amazing draft. We've been having them all rebuild. Here is a look at the team going into the third and final year of the rebuild. Obviously, it's pretty similar to where we started, but we do have some pretty key differences. Obviously, the offensive line is mostly the same, but we did add John Jordan at right tackle, who's been a very good player. Obviously, a 77 overall, 78 with morale, is a very good tackle for us. We still obviously have Travis Kelce, obviously not as good anymore at only a 92 overall, but still obviously a very good tight end. Where does that rank in the league? I'm curious. Number 3 tight end in the league now, so number 3 instead of number 1. Still very good, obviously. This receiving core is completely different. Morgan Carmichael is a very good receiver at an 82 overall with that superstar dev at only 24 years old. Obviously 98 speed, excel, just a very good receiver. And then these other receivers, Michael Farmer, and I am going to start Eric Coleman as the number 3 just because he's only 21, and I think if he has a very good dev trait, he could develop like a lot this year, so we'll see. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been very good. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes has been very good. I believe he won an MVP here. And then this defense is pretty different. Down here, it's mostly the same, except we added Jonathan Grenard. We still have Carlos Dunlap around. We have Jonathan Duke, this rookie right here, who looks pretty good. George Karlaftis hasn't done much for us, but hopefully he can be a bit better this year. Chris Jones has been a monster. L'Jarius Sneed has been solid. Like, a lot of these players have done well. And then up here we have a few differences. Xavier McKinney hopefully can be a good safety for us this year. I believe this is his first year here. No, he wasn't with us last year. This is his first year here. So hopefully he can be a great safety and a great replacement for Juan Thornhill. The linebackers, Leo Chenal, Miles Jack, Nick Bolton. Great group there. Obviously, we added Miles Jack. And we even have some depth. We still have Willie Gay at a 73, Hatcher at a 71 with a dev trait, Kirkpatrick with a dev trait. Like, it's a pretty decent group here. But without further ado, let's get to the mid-season point of year number 3, and hopefully we're doing well. This team is absolutely, like, just busted. I thought this was going to be a hard rebuild because I thought we would run into, like, money problems and just wouldn't be able to sign anyone, but we have built like a super team here. We are sitting at 7-0 at the midseason point. Let's check out some of the stats so far. So Patrick Mahomes, I'm guessing, yeah, he's doing amazing. 1,900 yards, 15 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Good Lord. Rushing, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is doing very well. The receiving is very good. Blocking, John Jordan's awful, but everyone else is amazing. 4 players have 2 combined sacks. That's crazy. Jonathan Grenard is a monster so far. And George Karlaftis actually in the preseason, in the start of the season, got 10,000 XP and then a superstar dev. So that is absolutely massive. Miles Jack already has 4 interceptions on the year. That's like all we have. We have 1 from L'Jarius Sneed and nothing else, but hey, whatever. But let's take a look at the schedule real quick. It's so beautiful to see all those W's. It's funny, we scored 35, 35, 42, 42, 35 again. We are putting up some points. Oh my god. Our defense is also allowing some points, but I guess it's not too bad, especially against the Chargers. So we are doing amazing, but we have some upgrades here real quick. John Jordan, okay, he needs that. He's not doing very well. And then, not that it matters, but just because I'm curious, let's see the re-signings. I mean, there's literally no point in me checking this, but hey. Okay, well, I'm glad this is the last year, because we have Creed Humphrey, Harrison Butker, Justin Reed, Trey Smith, Nick Bolton, Justin Ross. Yeah, we would be losing someone here for sure. But let's get to the end of year number 3. So, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we finish quite as strong as we started, but we still go 13-4. Going, what, 6-4 in the second half of the year, so not bad at all. I mean, you would hope to go obviously 17-0, but that's not going to happen clearly. Let's see how he did. So Patrick Mahomes looks like he finished all right. 4,700 yards, 40 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Passing, Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 1,100, rushing, Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. That's great. Eric Coleman actually led the team in yards, our third receiver, with 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. It's kind of funny. We don't actually get that many passing yards here, or receiving yards at least. Well, same difference, whatever. Travis Kelce with 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Morgan Carmichael with only 980 yards, but 14 touchdowns. Michael Farmer with 800 yards and 7 touchdowns. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with 600 receiving yards. That's pretty nice. And then blocking, unfortunately no all castration team members, but it was a very good offensive line. Outside of John Jordan, he wasn't very good. Defensively, Miles Jack led the team with 141 tackles. Tackles for loss, we had a solid amount, 13 from Chris Jones, 12 from George Karlaftis and Jonathan Grenard. And then sacks, Jonathan Grenard led the team with 13. Now, if you remember, I was kind of iffy on signing him because I was like, well, he doesn't really do super well in this game a lot of the time, but apparently here he does pretty well. He was a monster. Chris Jones also had 10 sacks. He was very nice. George Karlaftis had 6.5 sacks. Miles Jack even had 5. Nick Bolton with 4. Interceptions, Miles Jack only got 1 more on the year after the 7th game, or what was it, week 8, whatever that was. He finishes with 5. Same with L'Jarius Sneed, and outside of those 2, we had next to nothing else. But let's check yearly awards here. So MVP goes to Larry Culver of the Buccaneers. It looks like they have their Tom Brady replacement, to say the least. Patrick Mahomes at number 3. It looks like the Bears replaced Justin Fields with Eric Bass. Interesting. Baker Mayfield on the Lions. Kirk Cousins on the Falcons. This is weird. Jordan Love on the Seahawks. All right. They're not believing in Geno. Nobody up here for Offensive Player of the Year, surprisingly. How about defensive? Miles Jack does win that. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Eric Coleman at number 2. That sucks. I guess it won't really matter because he wouldn't get like any upgrades until after the year, but still. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Antonio Warner of the Bills. No Chiefs. So, disappointing end of the year for sure. We weren't that good in the second half, but the first half we were amazing. Obviously, we still finished 13-4, so we were good enough, but you would hope to get at least a first round bye after going undefeated through half the year. But we have a hot opponent scenario here. What's this going to be? Let's go be confident. Insult opponent never works. It just gives them like plus 10 or like it gives them plus 15 or something and like us plus 10 or something like that. I don't know. We have one last hurrah too. Who's this going to be for? Travis Kelce maybe? Carlos Dunlap? I don't know if it would trigger for Carlos Dunlap. It always gives me a heart attack whenever it shows like the player talking about it because I'm like, is it going to be Patrick Mahomes? But no, it is Travis Kelce. Not that it matters anyways because like I said, this is the last year, but still. In first of many, it doesn't really matter, but I guess it'll give us the staff points. Maybe that'll play some role. I don't know. Play it cool. And before we jump in, we have some upgrades here real quick. Earl Garrett, is this a guy moved to safety from linebacker? I think yeah, it is. How's he looking? It's kind of fun to like move players around. I don't know why. It just is. He's looking good. He has very good oh, it's plus 10 tackle. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. But just taking one look at the team before we get into the playoff game here, obviously a ton of morale, but just in general, this is a very good team. Like, the receiving core is amazing. What is Carmichael up to? He's up to an 84, 89 with morale. He's been a stud. And then defensively, Miles Jack with that morale is playing up to a 94. Chris Jones up to a 99. Karlaftis up to a 90. Like, that morale is playing a huge role. But also super quick, before we get into the playoff game, you know I'm going to plug. Be sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. I mean, like, if you've made it all the way here, like, why haven't you at this point? So yeah, just be sure to do that. Follow my Twitch, where I'm going to be streaming the next rebuild live, of course. And follow my Twitter, link to all of that in the description. But let's jump in against the Indianapolis Colts, and hopefully we can take them down. All right, here we are in the wild card at home against the Indianapolis Colts. All Chiefs fans in the stadium. Let's see if we can take down the Colts. We take an early lead, 7-0. It took a while for a score to happen, but we do finally score. We're going to take the lead 10-3, beating them by a touchdown so far. They tie it up 10-10. Nobody wants to score, apparently. They take the lead 17-10. It looks like we're driving 17-7. They kick a field goal, and they take us down 20-17. That's an unfortunate way to go out to an inferior team at home. That's not a good way to finish this rebuild. Carson Wentz is back as the Colts quarterback and takes us down. Let's see how they did. Wentz actually outplayed Mahomes. I mean, purely because Mahomes just threw it less and threw an interception. It looks like neither of us could get the rushing game going at all. Wow, there were a ton of sacks in this game. Oh my god. 2.5 from DeForest Buckner, 2 from Chris Jones, 1 from Grenard, 1 from Yannick Ngakoue, 1 from George Karlaftis, and then half from Bobby Okereke or whatever. And Shaquille Leonard, aka Darius Leonard, got the interception on Patrick Mahomes. But unfortunately, that is the end for today's rebuild. Of course, like I was just saying a few minutes ago, if you did enjoy, be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share with a friend, as well as be sure to follow my Twitch, because you can literally influence what I do in rebuilds and come say what's up to me. So I would appreciate if you did that. I would love to get to know my community a little more, you know what I'm saying? But that is all. Thank you so much if you watched all the way to the end here. You're a true Chad, I guess. I don't know. But thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys again in the next video. Goodbye.